thought my boyfriend's mom hated me. Turns out, she was protecting me. When my boyfriend's mom showed up at my apartment at 2 a.m. crying and begging me to leave her son, I thought she was insane. Now I wish I'd listened the first time she said it. I met Evan 2 years ago at a coffee shop. He was charming in that deliberate way, kind eyes, soft laugh, the kind of man who remembered your order the next time he saw you. By our third date, I convinced myself he was the one. By our sixth, he already had a toothbrush in my bathroom. His mom, Patricia, was the only thing that didn't fit the picture. From the first dinner, I could feel her watching me. She'd smile politely, but there was something guarded behind her eyes, like she was studying me, waiting for something. When I offered to help with dishes, she said, "You're kind." That's good. He likes kind girls. But the way she said it didn't sound like a compliment. At first, it was small things. She'd call him in the middle of our dates. Show up unannounced when he stayed over. Ask me questions that felt less like conversation and more like interrogation. Evan would just roll his eyes. "Don't mind her," he said. "She's protective. Dad left when I was 10. She's got issues." I believed him. I even felt bad for her. Then, one night, while we were having dinner at her place, she dropped her fork and whispered, "He gets it from his father." When I asked what she meant, she brushed it off. It was after our 1-year anniversary that things started to change. Evan became controlling, almost imperceptibly at first. He'd ask who I was texting, why I was still friends with my ex, why I hadn't posted a photo of him that week. If I didn't reply right away, he'd call 5 times in a row. If I went out with friends, he'd joke about me flirting. When I tried to talk to him about it, he'd cry. "I just love you too much. I can't lose you." It sounded romantic the first few times. Then it started to sound like a warning. The first time he scared me was a Tuesday night. I got home late from work, traffic had been bad, and my phone died. He was waiting outside my building. When he saw me, he didn't yell. He just smiled, that calm, cold kind of smile that doesn't reach the eyes. "Where were you?" "I told you, my phone." He took my wrist. Not hard, but firm. "You could have borrowed someone's. You know how I worry." The next morning, I found a bruise. I told myself it was stress. That he'd been tired, frustrated. That's what love does to you. It teaches you how to excuse danger. 2 weeks later, Patricia called me out of nowhere. Her voice was low, trembling. "Come to my house. Please." Without him. When I arrived, she looked like she hadn't slept in days. "Has he hurt you yet?" she asked. I froze. "What?" She started crying. I thought he changed. I really did. But he's getting worse again. Again? That's when she told me about Lydia, his ex. The girl who'd gone missing 3 years earlier. The one Evan never mentioned. Police said she'd left town, no signs of foul play. Patricia said otherwise. She came to me once, she whispered. Said he'd snapped. Said she was scared. I told her to leave him. The next week she disappeared. My stomach turned. I wanted to believe she was lying, or confused. But something in her eyes, that desperate, guilty grief, felt too real. "Why are you telling me this?" I asked. "Because he's watching you the same way he watched her." That night, I went home shaking. Evan was there, waiting, as usual. He hugged me, told me he missed me, asked what was wrong. I almost told him everything. But then he whispered, "You've been with my mom, haven't you? She always poisons things." I laughed it off, but my heart was hammering. He leaned close, kissed my forehead. "She doesn't want anyone to love me. Don't listen to her." I nodded. But that night, while he slept, I packed a bag. I didn't know where I'd go. I just knew I had to leave. At 1:37 a.m., my phone rang. Patricia again. She whispered, "He's on his way to you. Leave now." I looked at the door. The lock clicked. Evan stepped inside, keys in hand. "Why were you ignoring my calls?" He smiled, the same calm, empty smile. "I told you not to lie to me, baby." I ran. I don't remember much after that, just the sound of my own heartbeat and the blare of sirens. Patricia had called the police before he reached my building. They found me 2 blocks away, shaking, barefoot, crying. They found him later, with Lydia's phone in his car. And photos. So many photos. At the trial, Patricia never looked at him. When it was over, she came to me. "I wanted to hate you," she said softly. "Because you reminded me of her. But I couldn't let it happen again." I asked her why she hadn't told the police sooner. She said, "Because no one believes a mother when she says she's afraid of her own son." Evan's in prison now. Patricia moved away. I never saw her again. But sometimes I think about her, the woman I thought hated me. The one who saved me from the person